Welcome back to HM and Viggy Review Things. Today we are talking in the midst of a summer, your flopbusters.
I didn't come up with that. I saw that online.
Yeah, in this summer where some of the biggest flops in Hollywood recent history for sure, and one after another where you're expecting good results have been coming out really, really short. We're here to talk about two movies that are highly anticipated, and tracking or estimates, initial tracking, have them opening pretty well. We're talking about Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Opening the same day.
Opening on the same day, two more different movies you could not find to watch together. But Oppenheimer and Barbie. Why are people looking forward to these? So what's the difference between these movies? Why are people interested in both of these movies when it seems like people just aren't really interested in watching movies or watching mediocre movies anyway? It's so far this season.
I mean, Oppenheimer is Chris Nolan, and he's known for...
How much did Tenet make?
Big theatrical releases.
Yes.
And... very, he doesn't do a lot of movies. When he releases a movie, he has a big fan base. And
Tenet made $365 million worldwide.
During the pandemic, though.
Pretty low.
58 million domestically. But it was right in the pandemic.
No, that does not count.
Okay. Yeah. But did you like Tenet?
No, I did not.
I love Tenet.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
And actually, I think you also liked Dunkirk, his previous movie before that.
Yes, I also liked Dunkirk.
You did
as
not
well.
like Dunkirk that much.
I liked it, but
okay. Yeah.
It's a historical piece.
Yeah. What was his before Dunkirk? Look that up, please.
Interstellar.
No.
You mean before
Maybe.
Tenet?
No. Before Tenet was Dunkirk, I think was the one. But I agree with you. He is one of those few directors that kind of still have a director's draw. When he's producing, when he's directing a movie, people get excited for it.
Dunkirk, 2017. It made $527 million worldwide.
Right.
190 domestic.
Yeah. Okay, so people are excited, and it's a huge cast. Cillian Murphy, Matt Damon is in it. A lot of people are in it in this movie.
So are we talking about these two movies, or are you trying to contrast these two movies?
But they're so different. But there seems to be interest. Is it two completely different quadrants? That they always talk about that 4 quadrants, right? Young, old, male, female. Is it completely different quadrants attending these two movies that are excited for these two movies?
Well, I mean, we plan to watch them both.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for both.
Wait, you guys weren't excited about Fast X, Indiana Jones, Transformers, The Flash?
No, I wasn't particularly excited about
Little
any of those.
Mermaid?
Yeah.
Well, maybe because those
I'm not even that excited for Mission Impossible, to be honest.
Okay, but maybe those are all movies that are redos or sequels.
Good
Oppenheimer
point.
is...
And Barbie.
Even though Barbie's based on a toy line.
Well, Oppenheimer is based on...
real historical events, but they're original movies.
Yeah.
Nobody's done these movies before.
Right.
They both have big casts.
Yes.
And it seems like people want to see some thought put into these movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The buzz for Oppenheimer's... I mean, if you actually watch a trailer, it's kind of like strange. It has swelling music, but it's just dialogue. Really.
I know, and you can't even really hear the dialogue because the buildup of the bomb is already like in the background music. So I hope his sound mixing is good.
I'm going to say that it's really the cast and the director that's driving this, because if any other director, a no-name director, did Oppenheimer and said it was releasing, I don't think I would say, I really need to watch that.
Yeah, what's interesting about Oppenheimer is, he makes the bomb, but I think people are just more interested in how does he get to it?
Right.
Like what obstacles does he have any moral dilemmas that he has to deal with, right?
Is that drawing people to the box office, though? I think people just want to see the explosion.
That's what I'm
right? They just want to see the...
no, I assume that will be at the end of the movie.
No, it could be in the beginning.
No, they go through multiple tests.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I guess. I guess maybe another similar movie that I watched recently in terms of historical figure, World War II, incidentally, was Darkest Hour with... Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Where, it's the build up It's the build up.
But nobody was going to theaters to watch that. Nobody was saying,
I know.
Boy, I really want to see Gary Oldman.
Did he get nominated? I think he might have got
Yeah,
nominated.
I think
for
he
that.
did a great performance. He usually does, right? But I think really it's Nolan. Every time Nolan comes up with a new movie,
That's true.
quite a few people are interested.
It's the Nolan name for sure. That has the draw.
For me, he's lost a bit of his polish.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, Inception was very big when it came out. He did the Dark Knight trilogy, but he did a very specific take on it, which was very unique and good. And then, some of these other movies came out, Dunkirk and Tenet. I thought it was okay. And
You got to respect him for wanting to do a project and making the best project he sees.
And practical effects,
right?
Big filming on IMAX is his big thing. I still remember when we watched The Dark Knight on IMAX, where the whole thing wasn't on IMAX, where it was begin and then that bank heist scene and it stretched to that big IMAX ratio. I guess he is a big draw here. And then so on the other side for Barbie we have Greta Gerwig, who hasn't directed that many movies, but very highly acclaimed, or at least has a cult fan base, sort of. Little Women and Lady Bird,
which very acclaimed movies,
right? With
strong casts,
right?
I think Barbie is the quintessential summer fun movie, where it's going to be people are going because they think it's going to be really a fun time in theaters.
But again, given her directorial history, a lot of people are saying that she's going to have something to say. It's not just going to be a light Barbie movie, like a Barbie adventure type of thing.
I think it's either going to go, it's a stroke of genius, or wow, she misunderstood the subject matter, just like Chloe Zhao. Who's Chloe Kim? How she was pegged to do the Eternals, clearly not really understanding how to do it, and just was not done well.
Lady Bird was a really good movie. I saw that in the theaters.
Okay.
And I'm not a big fan of coming of age stories, but this one really shocked me, and I really enjoyed it. It's a movie I would give an A. Lady Bird.
But I don't think anybody's going to the theaters because they want to see this. I
think it's half. I know what you're talking about. Like that on the surface, people are just going because they think it's going to be a fun movie. But I think there is that half that is going because Greta Gerwig does these kind of deeper, more introspective, has a lot of deep meaning.
Barbie's been around since what? 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
So for people
70s,
who
I'm gonna guess.
But for people who grew up playing with Barbies,
I
mean they're our age now, right? Gen X,
right?
So that has another draw to it too.
It feels like from the trailer, it's like Pleasantville or the Truman Show or something where,
and then she gets brought out,
right? And that could lead to obviously comedic moments, fish out of water, obviously, but it could be introspective in the sense of
existential, almost, right?
So maybe it's a balance. Maybe at the end, you come out of it saying, that was a really funny movie, but they had a good message, and I really thought it had more layers than originally.
And that's what personally draws me to Barbie. That the movie, I feel that there's this mystery that I don't know what I'm getting. I'm going you kind of know what you're getting with Oppenheimer. It's going to be serious. It's going to be dialogue heavy. There will be amazingly shot action sequences, and you kind of know the tone of what you're going to get even before you step in. I don't know with Barbie.
Maybe that's the point, though. All the movies that we listed that are these either flops or we did not enjoy. You know exactly what you're getting. Down to the plot points and the action sequences.
They spoil it all in the trailer.
They spoil it, and they're not going to deviate from that formula. Yeah. And maybe that's why they're flopping. Right. People are tired of them. Mm-hmm. They're not that particularly interesting. Nobody's saying, I know exactly what's going to happen in this, right? Yeah. So maybe these are two original movies that will do good. I mean, another point I was thinking about is what does not lead to a flop? Like Top Gun Maverick. You know, Avatar 2. These were not flops.
Yes.
They could have been, but they clearly weren't.
Avatar 2, I think, is a really good example because that's another big draw because of a director.
A director.
Yeah, that's another big director draw. I don't know. So I was thinking, in this summer of flops, here are 2 original movies. Will it get people? Again, these tracking can be off sometimes. Will it get people in the theaters? The pandemic has condensed probably 10 years of trying to switch people's behaviors from theater. Oh, now everyone's got to go streaming now. Everyone's streaming. And then now you have movies that flop, that are showing up on streaming
3 weeks
2-3 weeks after they release. So are people, like, that change in behavior is now they're trying to get people back. No, come to theaters. Streaming is killing us, trying to sustain this model.
So my thinking, I don't know,
very interesting.
Rob, if you agree, is that what will draw people to theaters is a big spectacle.
Yeah.
And a decent enough story that it's accessible. Top Gun Maverick and Avatar, I think, are very good examples of that. They're not complicated stories.
Yeah.
They're quite easy to understand, and it's a very big spectacle, each one of them. One because of CGI, one because of practical effects. Oppenheimer, I think, definitely straddles
would
that.
Tick all those boxes.
Barbie, I don't think people come for that reason, obviously, but they'll come maybe because of this. It's a popular IP with, people don't understand, maybe or have an intrigue about how this character is going to be portrayed, and maybe I think people have the expectation like Lego Movie. It was supposed to be like whatever, but it had a lot more deeper meaning.
Yeah,
right?
It was endearing.
It was endearing, right?
Lego
So Barbie could be that. Huh? So which one do you think will make more money?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's a boxing match.
They come out at the same time.
Good question. Opening weekend.
It's July 21st.
I predict opening Barbie will make more. And then overall, Oppenheimer will make more.
Wow.
That's my prediction. I haven't looked at the tracking. I have no idea what the 2 movies are tracking to do. But that's my prediction. I just feel that, again, that mystery and that draw of just fun.
I think
I don't know if it's one of those things where people will bring like their little children and then it becomes like this existential thing.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though, that it's made by Mattel.
Yeah.
So it's the same as Hasbro. Right? G.I. Joe or Transformers. I mean, it's like, imagine the first Transformers. You came out of thinking, wow, that was a super deep movie. Like, it really made me think about my life, right? It's like equivalent to that. I don't think any of us went to Transformers for that. We just wanted to see Optimus Prime transform and fight things, right? So if it had a little bit of heart and good character moments, you're like, well, that took it over the top, right? So I think Barbie, my guess, will make more money.
Overall.
I think opening weekend because it has a lot of star power and it's appealing to a younger audience.
I think it ticks more quadrants. Of the 4 quadrants, young, old, male, female, it ticks more than...
a lot of ladies are going to want to watch it on girls' night.
Right.
Who wants to watch a historical drama?
Yeah.
On opening night?
Old men in quadrant mostly.
Yes. Old professors.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No,
what do you think, Rob?
You're actually the box office.
Yeah, you're on the expert. The toy guy in the box office.
Yeah, I know. This is perfect.
No. I would think Oppenheimer based on the metrics of IMAX sales tickets because IMAX, there's a premium to it.
True.
Right? So I'm going to say Oppenheimer, but the winner for that weekend, it's going to be Mission Impossible in its second week.
Whoa!
Hot take. Okay.
Hot take. We have a bet that Rob thinks that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 will make more than $1 billion. No, not $1 billion.
Worldwide.
You said it was going to make more than Maverick, or
No,
billion. He said
billion.
Over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion. All right, over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion worldwide.
Whereas even the most recent and most financially successful worldwide Mission Impossible has only made $700-something million, I believe.
Just under 800.
So he has a lot of faith in Dead Reckoning. If you guys want in the bet, please comment below, and Elvin will buy the ticket regardless. If you get to this point in the video.
The 2 of you that have stuck around.
But you just have to comment whether it's over or under.
Let us know what you think. Over,
So-
under. There's two things. Over, under, and which one, Barbie or Oppenheimer, will make more
Do
money.
you think any of these two will make $1 billion? Or what do you think it'll make?
No, I don't think so.
Like
I don't
800
think
million
so.
range, 700?
No, Oppenheimer, just based on like Dunkirk, Tenet,
Yeah.
and his other films, I would say it's more like the 300-400 range.
Really?
No, it's got to be higher than that.
No. How much did Dunkirk make? You were saying that Dunkirk made
500
5 something,
yeah,
and that was one of his lower, like
low profile.
So
lower
about
profile.
about
Let's say
600.
6. I would say 6,
What
7.
about Barbie?
That's such a wild card. This is the whole thing about this movie.
I think if it gets the initial positive critical reviews,
Yeah.
it will take it to the
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if it gets bad, we knew it. You
Yeah.
know, a Barbie movie.
I would say between
Right.
300 to 400 million worldwide.
Well, for Barbie.
Yeah,
So what's
Oh, that's low.
Little Mermaid tracking?
Yeah,
you said
maybe.
it's.
it's a 530 right now.
So you think Barbie's gonna, with the big stellar cast of Barbie, will make lower than Little Mermaid? Ugh, that's pretty
Ooh,
sad.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
You know what? It's because it's fighting box office, right?
It is.
There's so many things coming out.
But it's not really overlapping. Like Barbie is ticking boxes in quadrants. Maybe there's some overlap with Mission Impossible. I don't know. We'll see. This is very interesting. This is very interesting.
Barbie is much more marketable. Like I see on social media, nobody's
Right.
talking about Oppenheimer because it's like a lot of dialogue.
Yeah,
I
there's
wanna
no,
sit through
there's no
3
Oppenheimer action figures.
No. But Barbie, I see a lot of pink. A lot of celebrities are promoting it. Obviously, the celebrities in the movie.
Good word of mouth so
Simu.
far.
We love Simu.
Oh no. Simu, if you're watching this, you're in Torontonian. I'm in Torontonian. Let's hang out. But I don't know that Oppenheimer. It's just a different audience. So we'll see. They're both tracking well, and I think I'm looking forward to more than probably these past 5 movies I've watched.
Yes, I know. In this year has been not great.
Not great.
It will go down as history as a pretty bad year for box office. I mean, you have random spikes like Mario did amazingly well. Spider-Verse is doing quite well. Guardians is doing well, but then you have these massive flops.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Massive.
Everybody wants that Mario.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And so this is part of the Mattel-Hasbro shared universe. At the end of this movie, Optimus Prime and G.I. Joe will all show up to tie it all together.
Yes, that would be taken
Mattel,
off the top.
Hasbro, they're two different companies.
They are two different.
You're
You're right. Sorry. I just assumed toys. Yes, you're right. What else does Mattel own?
Hot Wheels.
Oh, there's
Barbie's in Fast and Furious, right? That's what it is.
Yes, Hot Wheels.
All right, well, let us know what you think about these couple of movies. Are you excited to watch them? Maybe you are. We're excited. And which one are you more excited about? Which one do you think will make more money? Who do you think will win the bet, me or Rob? Let us know in the comments.
And don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Thanks so much.
Until next episode, keep watching one of these good movies. Hopefully make money. Make some money. This
Make
is
some money, yeah.
bad season.